Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Joel, and today we're going to begin the series on your precious immune system. How many of you heard of T cells? Everyone these days talks about T cells, T cells, T cells. Well, in our series of the medical discoveries, this is one of the real big ones. And what does T stand for? T stands for the thymus. And the thymus in the history of medicine was just worked out very recently in 1970. So the history of medicine goes back to your choice: ancient Rome, ancient Egypt, thousands of years. But it wasn't until 1970 that the role of the thymus was worked out. And I remember in medical school in 1966 is in histology, that's the different tissues of the body, okay, I remember distinctly, is that the thymus in the book there, Ham's Histology, is function unknown. And we called over Dr. Phillips from the lab, and he said, if they ask it on the exam, the function is function unknown. But then I did a special postdoctoral fellowship from the National Institute of Health, and it was given at Baylor College of Medicine. And that was one of the labs which worked out, with other labs too, the role of the thymus. And what is the role of the thymus? Well, the thymus is the other major limb of the immune system. Now, this is a little simple, but just to get the quick fix on it, before the thymus, the major part of the immune system was the antibodies in the blood, serum antibodies. And they're produced by the bone marrow, so-called B cells. And now, all of a sudden, we have T cells from the thymus. So it's called a dual immune system. You have an army and you have a navy, and you have basically a division of labor there. What do the T cells do? They do direct cell killing of bacteria and fungi and molds and even cancer cells. That's the exciting thing. So a whole new area of medicine was opened up in 1970 called immune surveillance against cancer, where the T cells go round and round and round in your body in the lymphatic circulation, and they will check different types of cancer. Cancer could arise from many different ways. Viruses, there's genes which cause cancer called oncogenes, radiation. It does not matter how cancer is, how it arises. The T cell system, in many cases, can check that cancer. So the textbooks had to be rewritten, and it's called Immune Surveillance Against Cancer. So you want to keep that precious T cell system really strong. And guess what? What knocks it out? This is known the stress hormone cortisone. So real quick, on top of the adrenal gland, on top of the kidneys are the adrenal glands, and they have two parts, an inside and an outside. And the inside is short-term stress. That's, quote, good when you work out and then the adrenaline is dissipated. But the long-term stress, that's the key. The long-term chronic stress produces stress hormones from the outside of the adrenal gland, corticosteroids, and the rock star of the corticosteroids, you all heard of cortisone, and cortisone can really knock out your precious T cells, which in turn are your surveillance mechanism against cancer. So the good news is that you have a choice these days for de-stressing. Yoga, massage, many different ways. And here's an interesting link, is that we spoke many times in previous sessions of your other newly discovered organ, which is the microbiome. And guess what? The microbiome, when you feed them the good soluble fiber in vegetables and fruits, then the microbiome will produce two giant stress relief hormones. Number one, they'll produce the GABA, G-A-B-A, which will help you sleep and relax. And then number two, it'll produce the, quote, feel-good neurotransmitter, serotonin. So please take care of yourself for the holidays and keep stress down to a minimum. And tomorrow, a continuation of this will be a case that of a little child that was actually born not only without a thymus, but without the B cells. And so years ago, I helped out working with Dr. Wilson from Notre Dame, and we built a little plastic isolator for that child to live in because the child didn't have any T cells and any B cells, no immune system. So our series is please take care of your precious immune system. And Alexia and I will see you tomorrow. And thank you so much for tuning in. Bye-bye.